This is part 21 of our Link's Awakening walkthrough, and in this video we're going to be finishing up the Catfish Mall. And right off the bat here, we're going to use the...
Sorry, I didn't have a point to make. I didn't have a point to make right off the bat, actually. Well, we didn't talk about how we're going to come in to the commentary.
No, we didn't. Normally we prep a little bit, just to give you a little insight. Normally,
how you going to come in, Red? Okay, I'm going to come in with this.
But
yeah. So, yeah, I had nothing for you, man.
I was up getting a beer. We didn't have time.
We had plenty of time to do it.
Anyway, as we kind of mentioned in the previous video about how much we hated those helmeted or masked, the iron masks.
Yeah, the iron mask.
Just using the hook shot to pull their...
so much easier.
Oh, dude. Plus, I like the effect of actually pulling their helmet off of them. I thought it was a cool effect.
Ever since the Dark Nuts in the original Zelda, I had a problem with enemies, like you got to hit them from a certain side or angle. Ever since that day, I hate enemies that, like you said, you got to hit them in a certain direction. Oh, it just brings back bad memories.
Which, if you've seen some of our original Legends,
if those Iron Mask would have a sword, I probably would just said, okay, you know what? I'm done with Link's Awakening.
Done with this game. Now, you'll see in a few of these rooms that there are, like, arrows floating above.
Is that the first time we've seen arrows like that in this game? I think you're right. I think it is.
If you would have had the rupees, or, sorry, if we would have had the rupees, we could have bought the bow earlier before this dungeon, but we didn't have the 980 rupees
And it's really not necessary for this dungeon. I don't even know why they have arrows in here, to be honest with you.
Actually, there is a second mini-boss.
What?
In this dungeon. It's a Goma.
Okay, I did see that online. I was like, I never saw him when I walked through.
Yeah, that if you have the bow, you can fight him.
Is it right there? Do you have to go that way? Because you don't go that way in this commentary.
I think so.
Walkthrough.
But the only benefit you get from it is it puts a teleporter there to go back to the beginning of the dungeon if you need to.
Well, but don't you have a Sonic can do that?
Exactly. So
what's the point? So it's basically just a waste. Well, it's not a waste of money because you're going to need the bow.
Eventually,
I think do you actually need the bow in this game?
I would almost
think
think
just like to kill enemies? Because I kept on thinking, not to get off topic, because we already hit that. We had the arrows.
Yeah,
but I kept on thinking that the bow is going to be provided in a dungeon, and so I just
like every other Zelda.
I didn't even buy it till like the very end.
Well, I think too, like once you get the boomerang, which I think is in the next video we have actually. That's really the only ranged weapon you need.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of like the swimming in the side view, but you go so much slower.
You really do. Because you usually push B when you're on the, well, not on the surface, but
yeah,
you know, up on the top down. Yeah, top down. Yeah. You usually push B to swim, whereas here it's your sword.
Yeah, or whatever you have equipped in your B button. And I don't know why that random Goomba was just
chilling. Most people have B, although I think I might actually use A in this game for some weird reason. Who knows?
I just had flashbacks to like whenever I played on the original Game Boy, and it was always B. Yeah, that's why I always had it set on that one. That's
I love that little effect of the bridge. I can't remember if we brought this up in the first walkthrough. I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
But like, I love how the hook shot extends that bridge right there.
And I'm not sure.
That's incredible accuracy if you think about it.
I know it can't be a very big target to hit, but I don't think that's something that they really brought back in other Zelda games either, though. Not that I can recall. Well, I haven't played all the handhelds yet, mind you.
Yeah.
Yet, but...
Well, I haven't. I can't remember.
Yeah, I just think it's pretty cool.
Shows you how high an opinion I have on it.
Yeah. It is, to continue a theme from the first part of the walkthrough, I think I hit those stupid spike traps about 30 times.
Yeah, and then those, I think those are called sparks. I'm trying to get better with the enemies' names. Those guys get you a lot, too. And now, I've been saying for a large majority of this whole Link's Awakening walkthrough that I wish I would learn to... or knew at the time I played this to jump diagonally. Yeah. I actually had to know it right there to do it. So apparently I did know that pretty well, probably half the game, I guess.
Yeah, and you jump so much further diagonally than you do really straight to one side or the other.
Weird, but
I know.
You would think, yeah, whatever.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Now it's really kind of crazy how you can hookshot the stone.
Yeah, and that's again something that normally you have to have like.
I don't know if I mentioned that in the last part either, though.
I don't think so either.
Okay, but yeah, I remember like when I first got that hook shot, I was like, well, I can't hookshot to this right here because it's stone, and we've never been able to hookshot to stone.
Yeah, it's like it normally has to be a target or a chest or something like that. But yeah, now we can actually.
And I don't remember. That's good defense right there, I guess.
Well, I think I kind of got there and realized, well, I'm trapped.
Yeah, I'm screwed. Should have played the song. Go back to the beginning.
Just warp back to
that treasure chest that you needed.
Oh, yeah, we did forget that treasure chest.
That's no big deal. So we got 999 rupees. At least we told them what's there. It's probably... I think it is rupees.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a lot of rupees, too, because it's an easy-to-forget treasure chest. So being kind of out of the way like that, I think it is kind of a loaded loaded treasure chest, but I could be wrong.
I love this part right here. I don't know why it's just like jump over the water like with the little decks.
Yeah,
and you kind of get that like little flame in the background. I don't know,
little candle,
very,
torch,
little candle. I mean, just something very simple. I just really like that room right there.
Plus, you get the flying fish from the Mario games make an appearance there,
which we see Mario enemies make appearances throughout this entire game, which is one of the things I really do like about this game.
I know, it's like one of the few times Nintendo kind of did a little bit of a crossover. Now, I thought this was kind of weird that the owl tells you the place to dive is between the torchlights, considering we've already dove.
Yeah, it's like that square water spot, right, that he's talking about. So you dive under there and get a key, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But apparently, since we didn't, if you would have fought that second mini-boss we mentioned, then you would have actually come out right there and not been able to open that key block until you go backtrack and dive in.
So, you lost me, and I'm sitting right here beside you trying to figure it out.
No, if we would have gone through the mini-boss, the second mini-boss, we could have gotten to that area sooner than we did.
But you really couldn't go any farther, so it's kind of just like, it's basically just go back, you screwed up somewhere, which I wish they had more of those for me, particularly in Zelda games.
So it's a pretty worthless hint for our walkthrough, of course.
Now, I really struggle on this boss, man.
Oh, me too.
I don't think I either one of two things. I didn't get the hook shot in the center of the mouth, or I think I tried to shoot him from the side a bunch. I remember for the longest time I could just not get him out of that hole.
And I just kept getting whacked by that stupid tail too, as you've already seen.
I mean, you basically got to get in the corner to dodge it.
Yep, and that's eventually what you'll see me do here in just a minute. Instead of chasing the head around wherever you see it pop out, because you don't have time for that.
No, you don't.
You just kind of camp out on one half of the room.
Yeah.
And whenever you see the head pop out, you go ahead and hook shot it and pull it out. And if it pops out on the other half of the room, just leave it alone. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, and pay attention to which way the tail's going, because I think it's easier to get one, like either the top or the bottom head, depending on which way the tail is going right there. But yeah, definitely stay on the left or right is what my recommendation would be.
Yeah, it took us a minute to figure it out.
I don't know if we should always take our recommendations, but you know, we made through 21 parts, so we must be doing something somewhat right.
And I will say, I love the warning or the message that and every boss is kind of giving you a message after they've died. But this one says, "You fool, you don't know what kind of island this is," and that's like such an ominous sounding.
Yeah. Well, what's he mean? Like you started asking yourself a lot of questions, really, in the game.
It's a nice little foreshadowing to wrap up the Catfish.
I did like that part a lot right there.
It's just a nice message. But this wraps up part 21 of our walkthrough.